What's up, everyone? I'm here today with Kyle Kozlowski. He's a fellow Polish trader like me. I'm Jablonski, so.
Gotta love the skis.
And you own, it says four 6 to 7 figure businesses, which I'm assuming one of them is trading, or maybe it's not. I don't know.
No.
Okay, so
No, I don't
four.
have technically a trading business just yet. So yeah, those are
Okay,
like two of them are contracting companies and then two are digital. Yeah.
that's awesome. That's that's pretty impressive. I mean, most people, most people would like to just have one 6 figure or 7 figure business. Um, so that's pretty cool. And then also, I mean, we were talking last week, and what was the day you had? Like a 60K day on a live funded account?
Yeah.
Or this week?
Yeah. It was a live funded account with Top Step. And I remember I was like I think I was up 70K at one point. And the risk management team calls me from Top Step. They're like, "Hey, bud, like, are you gonna sell anytime soon? Cause like, it's going back up." I'm like, "No, no, I'm just gonna keep holding." It's like, "Oh, can you please sell a little bit?" I'm like, "No, no, not yet." And then I'm talking to this guy, right? And I hear the guy in the background say, "Hey, is he still watching the trade? It's going against him hard." And sure enough, I lost like 10K profit. I was like, "Ah, all right, fine, I'll sell a little bit." And then and then I
That's
sold like
funny.
five
They
contracts. I had 15, and then yeah, I
they
got
literally
stopped out in the
called you,
last
or
10. But yeah, yeah, they called me on my phone, dude, and I don't answer phone calls, right? Because I just think it's annoying. But I listen to their voicemail, and like part of the rules for like any funded accounts is like you got to be watching your trade at all times, otherwise they can close it
huh?
out on you. And I don't think they were gonna do that, but I called them back just to see like what they wanted because I was like, why are they calling me? You know what I mean? But sure enough, I
It
guess their
makes
whole team there was sitting there watching me.
it makes
They were
sense
like
because I
shitting
mean,
their
if
pants
it
too, I think.
if you're up that amount much and they get 10% of the profits, I mean, they're like, "Hey, sell. We want that extra 10%." So I guess that makes sense, but it's kind of annoying.
Yeah. Nah, it was
Was
funny
that
though. They're like joking about it and stuff like that. It's kind of like having like your own team of cheerleaders, but ones that kind of sweat a little bit.
That's funny. So you started during COVID, right? Trading?
Yeah, right after COVID, when I saw that huge drop, I was selling cars at the time, and everyone was talking about stocks. So I decided
Yeah.
to jump in it, and then yeah, that was like shooting fish in a barrel. Like it's a lot harder to trade nowadays than it was back then, dude. Before it was
Yeah.
just
I
like
mean, you could
it's going down, and you could pretty much buy anytime you want, and you'd be in profit right now. You know what I mean?
yeah,
As long as you didn't
exactly.
buy before COVID, I guess. Well, you'd still be in profit even if you bought before COVID right now, pretty much on all major stocks. So I mean, yeah. But if you
That's
bought after COVID, after that giant dump, yeah, pretty much 2x everything. There's been a full recovery and then some, like a big jump actually.
Did you also, when did you start all these businesses? Because if you were, was it always also during COVID?
No, my first business was web design and SEO. Um, that I started before COVID. Um, didn't make that much money for probably like 3 years, and then
Hmm.
during COVID, um, yeah, like my sales shot up. I had e-commerce stores that were
Yeah.
like doing pretty well too. And then eventually, that income overtook my salesman job at the car dealership, so I ended up quitting. And
Nice.
then like I think 1 week after I quit, my buddy calls me and he's like, "Hey, dude, like I just bought a chainsaw. You want to start a landscaping company?" I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" So
That's
overnight, I built the
random.
website, and then I shit you not, a week and a half later, we got our first couple jobs. It was two guys that were like neighbors. Dude, I shit you not. 1.5 weeks later, we're sitting there on this guy's lawn, just like standing right next to each other. We got 5 employees. This guy's whole lawn is just annihilated. There's trenches. We have excavators driving around digging holes. We have bobcats and stuff. And my partner's just standing there. He's like, it's like, damn, bud, got ourselves a whole operation here. And like
Did you guys
that's what
even
I kind of
know
noticed. I was like,
what you were
holy
doing?
shit, yeah. I was like, we got yeah. It was. I was like, holy shit, we really got something going here. You know what I mean? You know, a week and a half later,
That's
after he told me he
crazy.
bought a chainsaw, yeah, it was
Yeah, that's
funny,
awesome
dude.
though. Um,
Yeah,
and then
yeah, it was a good time. But
how long did it take you to maybe not be super consistent, but start seeing some profits from trading? Well, I guess you said it was pretty easy at first, right?
yeah, yeah. So my first year, I made quite a bit of profits, and then of course I
Oof.
gave them all back at some point later on in the year.
Yeah.
So my first 2 years, maybe 2.5 years, I always made a lot of money, but I always lost it all, right? So
Mm,
I was always negative on the years.
yeah.
In 2022, I was finally profitable in crypto, and then this year I'm profitable in options and futures. Very
Nice.
profitable,
Okay, so you're
actually.
going on like 2 years
Yeah,
now being profitable.
three. This is my third year. Yeah.
Okay. And what was your biggest I mean 70,000 in a day is like, people dream about that kind of money. That's like a salary. I saw on your YouTube there was one that was 100K. What's like your biggest profit you've made in a day?
So 60K is my biggest profit in futures, but in options, at one point I was up 240K in one day. And then like
How do you
usual, I decided to, you know, take one more trade and I went super heavy in it, almost lost everything. You could see the video on my Instagram. It went from positive 240K profit to minus 79K. So I lost 240K plus 79K literally within like I think 20 minutes, and then randomly shot right back up to 179K profit. I tried to exit, but I couldn't because I had like I think 1,400 contracts, 0 day expiration, SPX. There was like probably 10 minutes till
Yeah.
close. So I
So
tried
they're all going
spam
to zero.
selling and it wouldn't let me sell. Yeah, dude. I was about to like lose everything, you know what I mean? And then I ended up switching to like 200 contracts to sell, and then I finally unloaded, and yeah, that day I made 108K, closed out the day. But my biggest profit day that I closed out and I kept it was 150. Yeah, that was
That's
my biggest.
insane.
It could have been 240, but overtraded like a retard.
So then what is your biggest loss if you're
Oh,
comfortable sharing that? Because I mean, if you're making,
my big.
if you're, yeah.
So this is kind of what I did. I like to only trade with like 30 to 35K.
Okay.
Because I was scared I was gonna lose it. But
Yeah.
I did have a few days where I traded with like I think my biggest loss in one day was the whole account. I literally just let it run into the ground like a scrub.
Yeah.
It was 102 G's.
Dang.
Yeah, yeah, 102K in a day was my biggest loss. Not fun, dude. Not
That's a
fun at
lot of
all.
money. Like, so, you were
Yeah,
selling at like a Lamborghini dealership, right? Selling cars.
yeah, yeah. I sold Lamborghinis and Bentleys. Yeah.
So I imagine you were probably making maybe six figures there also, or
Nope. You'd
no?
think so, but no. No.
Okay.
I was
So then
making, I
this,
think, but I was also there part time because I was in college and stuff. Plus, I
oh,
had my business.
oh,
So I was there part time. I think the most money I made in a year there was like 60 grand, and I was one of the top guys. But I also was part time. Um, but with my company, the web design and SEO company, I was probably making around six figures with it combined. Yeah.
okay.
But
So I'm
the
asking
second
because
year that I started trading, what
I'm
you asking
asking
why?
because like how did you get comfortable making and losing this much money? Like, cause to the average person, like that's a yearly salary. So like, how are you just like,
Yeah.
how did that happen?
It kind of happened really randomly, actually, because for a long time I was taking like 2K, 5K. One
Yeah.
day I made 20K. I was like, oh my God, like this is awesome.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I kept on taking all the money out, and then I actually, yeah, it's crazy because I went from like 2 to 10K profit, being super happy with it, then to 20K profit, and then immediately into 100K. And then for like a week and a half in a row, I made like 100K every single day. And then I started making like
That's
60K a
insane.
day, and then I haven't had a six-figure day in a hot minute since then. So I don't know, dude. Maybe it was just like maybe I just like had like a hot streak. You know what I mean? I don't know what happened. But yeah, I went from 20K to six figures real quick, made like a little more than half a mil in a week, lost probably 200K of it, kept like 400K, and then I kind of
Mhm.
settled down quite a bit.
Okay. So, I guess so. Just to give everyone and myself like background, like what is your strategy?
Well, with options, it was a lot different, right? Because I planned the volatility, 0 day expiration if, it's a ticking time bomb. So I would just wait for, what looks like it's going to be a giant move, you know what I mean? And we can YOLO in there. Not YOLO, but, I'd go heavy, heavy, and I'd try to scalp it. And then,
Okay.
sometimes I'd get lucky and it'd just missile, you know what I mean? Um, I really just play price levels. I like to play
Okay.
news. I really like to play news.
What kind of
I
news?
wouldn't enter before the news. Huh?
What kind of news? Like FOMC, CPI, or like random stuff?
FOMC, CPI, yeah. And then,
Okay.
okay, so I remember I think this might have been the 150K day. I'm in Discord with some of my friends, right? We have like this trading group, and I'm balls deep in calls, right? I have like probably like 50K in calls or something like that, right? And this old guy that's in there, he has one arm. This guy's funny as hell. He's awesome. His name's Brian. He's like, oh, you guys see CNBC right now? Russia just shot down one of our drones. I was
Oh, I
like,
remember
what? I was like,
that.
shit, I'm in call, dude. So do you remember that? Yeah. So I switched to puts, thinking it's just gonna crash. You know what I mean? And then sure as shit, for like 10, 15 minutes, nothing happened. So I'm like getting all nervous, right? I have like 50 something K in here. So I'm like, oh shit, like why isn't it going down? Like this is terrible news. And then yeah, after like 5, 10 minutes, boom, crashed, fell off a cliff, and I just held pretty much the entire day for 150 G's, dude.
That's crazy. So price levels and news. It sounds like you're doing a lot of like mostly like discretionary, just like going based on what you see and like feel. Like you think price is going to go up
Yeah.
or down, and you enter essentially.
Yeah, I like to follow my intuition, right? Also, I mean, like the stock market repeats itself consistently. So you could
Yeah.
literally just like look at the chart, like the other day on Tuesday when I made that 60 something grand, like it fell off a cliff right in the morning. And I'm like, okay, I remember this happened, a few weeks ago. I was like, okay, I'm gonna short this. So I shorted a little bit, made like 5, 10 grand, something like that, only with like three or four contracts. And
Hmm.
then and then it starts bottoming out. I'm like, okay, this is gonna be a criminal pump because that's just what we've been seeing lately. You know what I mean? Like for the past like month, there's just been criminal pumps and just awful dumps, right? So I'm like, okay, so I mean, this is probably what's gonna happen today. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, there wasn't really much news. I don't remember if there was news that day. Um, but yeah, I was just going off price action, and like it just I had this feeling in my stomach that I knew what was gonna happen. You know what I mean? And then of
Yeah.
course when it hit the top, I had that price level. I was texting you during it too. I was like, I'm gonna sell at 300 or 15,300 whatever on NQ, and then it shoots up to like 15,310. I'm like, you know what? Let me just go for another $10. I'll sell at 320. Of course, I never hit that. I ended up taking like I think I lost like 10K profit on there. Like I didn't lose, but like I gave back 10K profit on there. And then I
Yeah.
jumped in the short because it looked like it was going to dump off a cliff because it was around 11:30 p.m. or 11:30 a.m. CST, like noon CST. That's usually when it like, likes to reverse if it's gonna reverse. You know what I mean? So I was like, well, I get full short, took its sweet ass time going down, but then eventually fell off a cliff. And yeah. I mean, it's impossible to be right all the time, but as long as you're right some of the
Yeah.
time, you can make a shitload of money in one day.
That's crazy because you're almost like uh the ideal trader. Like you're what everyone wants to be, where they can just trade with their intuition and their gut, and find consistent profits with it. Because like uh, from my experience, that's difficult for me, and for many other traders, it's difficult. Like they can't do it. So it's just like that's pretty awesome. You're able to do that and have success with it.
Well, so that's what everyone talks about, right? Consistency, right? But I'm not consistent.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like I'll lose $3,000 each day for a week, 2 weeks. If I lose 3,000, because that's my daily loss limit, right? If I lose three
Yeah.
grand, I'm done trading for the day, right? If I lose 3 grand every single day for 3 weeks, I stop trading
Hmm.
for a week or two, right? Because obviously there's something wrong with my head. That's the way I look at it. But I'll
Yeah. Okay.
lose $3,000 a day for a week, maybe 2 weeks. That'll be what, 26 grand, right? Or wait, 2 weeks,
Times
that's 10
5.
days. That'd be like 30 grand, right? So
Yeah.
I'll lose 30 grand in 2 weeks. But then on the third week, I might make 60 grand. You know what I mean? Or 100 grand.
Yeah.
So like
So your
my
winners are a
win
lot bigger than
loss,
your.
yeah. So I'm not really consistent. I just consistently try to, sometimes I'll make like a grand or two and then stop. You know what I mean? Depends on how much time I have. But for the most part, I'll take an L if I don't get a big win. And it's super greedy of me, and it probably isn't like the ideal strategy, but some of the biggest winners on Wall Street have a 20% win rate. You know what I mean? And they're making millions because they win 20% of the time. Back when I was trading options, I had a 60% win rate, which I thought was pretty good. But I mean,
Yeah.
like with futures, my win rate is terrible, but I'm still hella profitable. You know what I mean?
Okay. That it's good you said that because I was gonna ask your win rate and like your average risk reward. So you're kind of similar to me, where my win rate's pretty low too, and but my risk reward is usually like over 1 to 2. Um, so I try to also aim for like big wins, and I will go on losing streaks, but like for me, I'm still trying to
Yeah.
make it work. I'm trying to make it work like the way you are, where you're actually catching those, because sometimes I'll it just won't a winner just won't come, and I'll just keep taking losses because I'm like staying disciplined to the strategy, but like it just won't work, or market conditions aren't right, or whatever it is. um
Yep.
do you know like what's the
No, that
longest
happened for sure.
how what's like the longest losing streak you've been on, if you remember?
I had a whole month of losing streaks once, and that's when I stopped trading options. I literally lost money every single day for like a whole month.
For a month?
I was losing
Yeah,
probably,
that's rough.
because I was only playing with like 30, 35 grand. So I'd be losing 20 G's, 30 G's every single day, dude. And
Oh, that is.
yeah, eventually got to the point where I'm like, yeah, I'm not gonna lose any more money. You know what I mean? And I think it was because I broke up with my girlfriend, right? And then
Mm,
yeah,
yeah.
I think that just kind of hit me a little bit hard, so I couldn't think. I remember the day this losing streak started, right? So I was actually in the Discord call with those guys I was telling you about, my friend Brian and like some other guys, and I'm deep in calls again, and we're all talking about, we're like, oh, this is gonna be a massive run. This is gonna be a massive run. And then, dude, it's just going like this, like sideways for like a
And
good
doing
hour and a
nothing.
half maybe. And then, dude, and then it dips just a tiny bit, right? I fucking panic sell, dude. And then as soon as I sell, Oh, goes straight to the moon and doesn't stop climbing for the entire day,
That is the
dude. That would
worst.
have been like 150, dude, that would have been 150, 200G profit day. But instead, um, I got out for like maybe like a 5G loss, whatever it was. And then I kept on trying to short it the whole fucking day, and it just would not go down. So I blew up my account that day, and then after that, it was kind of downhill. Yeah, and
That's the
that was the
thing
start of
about
my
like
losing streak.
that's the thing about being someone that trades like off your intuition though is you are much more prone to like uh I guess like your mental state and your
Emotional
environment.
hijack.
Yeah.
Yep,
Like if
yep.
something's going on outside of trading, then you can't think clearly. Whereas for me, it'll still affect me. Like if I'm not thinking straight, I won't remember the rules or I might break a rule. But like I just need to follow the I'm more mechanical. So like I just need to follow the rules. Like I know what the rules are. It doesn't matter if I just broke up with someone or, or I didn't sleep that well. It doesn't affect me as much, I would say. Do you
Well,
so
that's good,
uh
but th see, I
with
like how you're a mechanical trader, but at the same
okay.
time, I feel like the market is like it knows what everyone is doing. You know what I mean? Like it'll drop and hit your stop loss and skyrocket. You know what I mean? So like I'm not sure what your strategy is, but
Yeah.
I would say what everyone else is doing, don't do that. Just don't do what everyone else is doing because the market knows what everyone else is doing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's there's a
And
there's
it
a
will fuck
reason
you.
there's a reason everyone can relate to the stock market dropping, stopping you out and then reversing. Like you just said, you missed out on
Yeah,
150
exactly.
grand. Like it happens
Yeah,
to
yeah.
everyone. Uh my strategy though
Very
is like
often, yeah.
do you know who ICT is? Or inner circle trader?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm very familiar with ICT. Yeah.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah. Yeah, so I use his concepts. I use his 2022 model. Uh which I mean, depending I think how many subscribers does he have now? I know he just passed uh half a million. So like to some people like that would seem like it's that's a lot of retail traders. He's at 890 subscribers, which is that's
Jeez.
a lot. But I mean,
Yeah.
there's probably millions of retail traders. I don't know the number. I don't want to waste time trying to look it up. So like in reality, it's not there's still a lot of people that don't know ICT. So I wouldn't say trading its concepts is like doing what everyone else does, but I do try to uh I'm more so trying to not take in as much information now. Like I'm no longer following him, his videos and his 20, not 20, like 200 tweets that he sends out every day. Just because I'm trying to stay focused on the strategy and like go based off what I see in the charts and from my back testing rather than just like what he's telling me and what all these other people are trying to tell me. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's hard. It's definitely hard.
I mean, fair value gaps are a real thing. You know what I mean? My buddy, his name's Dave. He's obsessed with them, dude. And
Uh,
we're like sometimes talking on Facebook while we're trading and stuff like that. And he's like, "Oh, dude, FVG coming up, like da, 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 all the time." And you know, I somewhat look out for them, but 90% of the time, it's like that's what everyone else is looking for. You know what I mean? Everyone's looking for fair value gaps. Everyone's looking for this. Everyone's looking for that. Everyone's putting their stop loss there. Everyone's putting their take profit there. And
uh,
like, if you do what everyone else is doing, you're gonna get the same results as them. And 90% of people fail. So I would
yeah.
suggest just doing your own fucking thing, dude. And but price
Well, cause
levels
like,
are like fair value gaps and price levels are very important. So definitely include those. The ICT model and stuff like that. It does
Yeah.
work, but you got to have like your own style to it. Otherwise, you're gonna get steamrolled with everyone else.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I was gonna say is that I feel like price levels is probably more common than ICT, but I guess you
Yeah,
just answered the my question is that you you're doing it your own way essentially, which makes it not like everyone else. Is that correct?
yeah, yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like, okay, so you got to think about it like this. The whole market is about probability and risk management, right?
Yeah.
So, if you see a giant pump, I don't know if you saw that video that I posted on Instagram the other day, but right in the beginning, there was a giant spike, just a giant bull run to like a price level that got rejected earlier, right?
Okay.
So as soon as it spikes up, on like one of those 15-second giant green dildos, I shorted 13 contracts, right? Go straight back down, right? There was a probability, it was probably like 50-50 chance that it's going to slam back down very fast
Yeah.
or just rocket up, right? So I was like, okay, well, I think it's going to go short. I have a 50% chance of being right. Sure enough, it did slam down, right? So I sold 8 contracts, held 5, because now there's, another 50, 40, whatever the percent chances are that it's going to keep crashing or it's going to shoot right back up, right? So, you're going to be wrong sometimes, probably half the time, you know what I mean? But if you follow the risk management, then you'll be profitable. Because if it would have kept on shooting up, with my 13 contracts in, then I would have had to get out, within probably 15 ticks. Otherwise, I'm fucked. You know what I mean? But
Hmm.
because it slammed down so fast, I was able to unload half the contracts. So when it came right back up, I still secured, 3, 4 grand profit, right? And then I held 5 contracts just in case it would dump off a cliff. So then I could have that 20, 40K day, 60K day. You know what I mean? So like every trade you take, there's like every price level at least, that's probably the smartest way to do it is only play price levels, right? Because if you try to trade everything, you're gonna get steamrolled. But if you trade price levels, there's like I'd say almost most of the time it's like a 50-50 chance you're gonna be right or wrong. You know what I mean? Just choose a fucking side.
That's probably true, yeah. That's the
I
reason why I
mean,
like
that's what it is.
ICT's model is like it's kind of he words it in a way that it's like going against retail traders, but it's also kind of true because of that. His 2022 model is you wait for a swing high to be hit first, which most people will put their stops at a swing high or swing low. So you wait for that to happen first, which is essentially like retail traders getting stopped out. Um, and then, like you said, though, I think it is like 50-50. It'll keep going or it'll reverse. And then his strategy is the
Nah.
reversal, essentially.
I love shorting, dude. Shorting's my favorite thing to do, dude. You make so much money
It's
so
usually
fast
much
with
quicker.
with
Yeah.
like,
It's just,
dude, when you're holding like a big position long, like you gotta sit there for hours and hours, and then you're shitting your pants because it could just dump off a cliff in 5 minutes and burn all your profit, dude.
yeah.
There was a time where I only shorted, but then I saw that I'm missing out on a lot of money because bull runs do happen. So,
How
but
does
yeah, I
how does
mean,
the max loss work on funded accounts? Because if you're losing,
I can.
like, yeah, just go ahead.
So I have a 150K live funded Top Step account. So I can only lose $3,000 on the day. So
Okay.
let's say I made $5,000, then I could lose $8,000. If I made $20,000, then I could lose $23,000. You know what I mean? So I can only go negative
Oh,
$3,000, and then it'll
yeah.
stop my
Okay.
account for the entire day. I gotta wait till tomorrow.
But how many days in a row? Like, what's the total, like, cumulative loss you can
It
take
doesn't
before
matter
they
till you run out of money.
till you run out of 150,000? Or
So Okay, so this is how it worked for me, right? So I had two express funded accounts, right, which are
Okay.
simulated accounts. You could withdraw 50% of the profit after 5 days of $200 plus, right? But then over 2 days, I made, I think, $31,000 per account, right? So I made like 62 grand. So what they did was they took both of my express funded accounts, put it into a live funded account, and I requested a payout, right? So they paid me like 30 grand. So then my live funded account started with like 30, 31,000, $32,000. Okay. But I could trade 15 contracts because I brought it down to like, I think 12K. Like I had a string of losses. So I brought it down from 30K to 12K. And I could still trade 15 contracts, right? So they give you basically the power to buy 15 contracts, which is
Okay.
$15,000 basically, but they call it 150,000. And then just whatever money you made before that on the express funded account is your loss limit. So you cannot let that account go to zero. Right now my account's sitting at
Okay.
like 60 something grand. Yeah.
So you could take 3 grand losses until you lose all that 60K, and then the account's gone essentially.
Yeah, that is good. Yeah. And then after 5 days you could
Okay.
withdraw, or 5 days of $200 plus, you could withdraw 50% of your account. And then after 30 days of $200 plus profit per day, you could withdraw 90%.
Okay. Do you recommend funded accounts? Because I always just trade my own money, just do my own risk management. Uh, I take very small losses, so I mean,
So that's what I like about funded accounts because I did that the same. You know what I mean? I've burned through my own money and I've made a shitload of money of my own money. You know what I mean?
yeah.
And like with a funded account, I think it's great, dude. I think it's awesome because for $150 a month, they'll give you the ability to buy 15 contracts and you can make 60K in a day, 30K, 100K, whatever you want, but your only risk is $150. You know what I mean?
If you blow it, yeah.
And a little bit of time because you got to pass the challenges, you know what I mean? So you're risking $150 plus time with unlimited upside with, your own money, you're risking as much money as you put in the trade. The chance that you don't follow your rules and you just ignore your stop loss and blow your fucking account, like I did a bunch of times. And, obviously there's also unlimited upside with your own money too. But yeah, dude, I don't know.
Yeah.
Ever since I started using funding, I mean, I love it, dude. I love it.
What is what is there's a lot that I want to ask you about, like how you got to this point, but I guess like what is the biggest lesson that you had to learn to get you to this point where, like, 90% lose. I'm still not consistently losing, but like I'm not consistently profitable. So like, yeah, I guess I don't maybe that's not a good question, but like what when did it start to like change for you or click or you know?
Well, when I started controlling my losses with options, it got a lot better, right? But then there would still be some days where I would, get emotionally hijacked. I'd be like, you know what? No, no, I got to make this money back. I got to do this. You know what I mean? I'm not taking any more losses. And I'll wire over like 50K, right? On top of the 30, 40K I already lost. I'll lose
Oh
that
my
50K,
gosh.
right? So there was a point I would lose just so much money that I was like, all right, you know what? I need a daily stop loss. And really, just the volatility of options was just insane. So you could just burn through a shitload of money or you can make it. But, I really started like doing much better when I switched to futures.
Mm.
Because, there's no time decay, stuff
Yeah.
like that. And you could actually calculate
Yeah.
how much money you're going to lose. You know what I mean? Or
Yes, I
gain.
freaking hate that about
And
options.
yeah, yeah, it's just so random, dude. I remember one like sometimes it would jump up like $10 on SPX, which isn't a lot. I'd look at my account, I'd be down 40%. I'll be like, what the fuck just happened? You know what I mean? And yeah, dude. But then on the flip side, I'd be up like a shitload of money off just like a
Yeah.
tiny little jump too. So, it goes both ways. But I gotta say that was probably the most stressful time of my trading career, those 0 day SPX options, dude. And
I can imagine.
yeah, it was just insane. But things really turned around for me when I started making that daily loss limit, which was kind of forced upon me, right? With Top Step, you
Yeah.
could only lose $3,000 in the day. That's it. So, I mean, I'll have a bad week. Like last week, no, last week was good, but the week before that, I didn't have a single profitable day. You know what I mean? There was one day where I was up 15 grand, and then guess what? I lost that, and then the 3K. And I wanted to keep going because I was profitable on the day, but I wasn't because I lost it all. You know what I mean? So a new rule I implemented was, two steps forward, one step back, and I'm done. So if I make 20 G's, I lose 10 of it, I have 10K profit, I'm just gonna stop. You know what I mean? And
Okay.
that's really the minimum profit I'll take on a day. I want at least 10K a day, otherwise I'm not happy.
Hmm. I guess that leads me to a good question. What defines success for you in trading? Whether it's monetary or like not monetary, following your rules or whatever.
Mm, I mean, obviously it's monetary, and that's why I'm trading, right? I mean, I'm here to make money. So if I'm not making money, then I'm not successful. But I'd
Yeah.
also say that, you know, like the other day on Friday, I just went full retard. I was up probably 3 or 4 grand, and it was Friday, so I like to chill on Fridays. But I was like, you know what? No, I kind of want to go hard. You know what I mean? So I ended up burning that 4K plus another 3K, so I hit my daily loss limit.
Mm.
And my buddy was up like 2,000 something, which was a lot of money for him. So he's like, "Yes, dude, I'm so happy."
Yeah.
He said, "But I want to make more. I want to make more." And like he was like he did like really good. Like he doesn't usually make that much money. You know what I mean? So he's like, "Yeah, dude, I'm gonna get home. I'm gonna start trading again." I'm like this is what success is. When you have that much money, like you're profitable and you can walk away. I think that's like a big win in the long term. You know what I mean? So I actually convinced him to take his profits and run because that's what I wish I would have done. You know what I mean? So obviously on Friday I didn't make any money. I just took an L, and this whole weekend I'm kind of like pissed off about it. So besides the monetary success, just being able to walk away on a Friday with some money before the weekend, I'd say. Like this Friday, I'm gonna try make like I don't even care how much money I make as long as I make like $2,000. You know what I mean? Like as long as I'm
Hmm.
positive and I don't take the fucking L right before the weekend, I think that's a big success for me. And I'm not looking at like the long term like success plan. I'm talking about like every day. You know what I mean? Because I think that's what it's more about. Like, what kind of success stories can you have for that day? You know what I mean? Like,
Mm.
sure, the year from now matters, but as long as you have success stories every single day, at the end of the year, you're gonna be fucking happy and you're gonna be a success. You know what I mean?
That's a good
So when you say
point because
successful, that's what I think. Yeah.
I agree with that, but also kind of disagree. I agree because like it's true that like if you're someone that only thinks about okay, today, I might have not done what I need to do today, maybe I didn't do anything or I took an L, but a year from now or 5 years from now I'm gonna be successful. Like if you do that every day, you're not gonna be successful because you keep, not doing things or you keep taking L's. So that's why I agree with you. But I also disagree because I think it's also I think it's a little bit of like a short-term mindset, especially for people that you're profitable. So I mean, obviously I'm not here to tell you if you're right or wrong, but for a lot of people, I think they're unprofitable and they have like a short-term mindset. They're like, I just want to make money today, I want to make money as quick as possible. I don't care about tomorrow. They just care about today. And like if you made money today, that's awesome, but like can you do it the next day? Can you do it next week? next month, a year from now, will you still have those profits, or will it just be that you made money one day, you got lucky, you know what I mean?
And that's how it was for me for the first 2 years, dude.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's exactly how it was. But I mean,
Yeah.
I think that's why you got to go, each day. And, my rule is, my new rule, I have a bunch of rules, but my new rule is, end Friday without hitting the fucking 3K loss limit for me. And I think that's a success. You know what I mean? I'm a big believer in the compound effect, right? So if you follow your rules every single day, then eventually you're going to get the outcome that you want, right? As long as you do everything properly. And losing
Mm.
in trading is part of the game. You know what I mean? Like you got to
Yeah.
take L's. I mean,
Yeah.
if you're it depends on how you're taking the L's, right? Because if you're taking the L's and not learning from them, then you're
Yeah.
fucked, right? But
That's also a
but if
good
you're
point.
taking the L's and you're realizing what you did wrong and maybe writing it down in your journal or something that you're not going to do it again or like what happened, then then it's a good L. You know what I mean?
Who did you how did you learn to trade?
I bought a bunch of courses. I bought like a lifetime student coaching. I bought signals. I'm in a ton of discords. I watched
Okay.
thousands of YouTube videos.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I read a bunch of books about it too. The books, I didn't really like the books that much, but the videos and stuff like that, you know what Warrior Trading is? I bought that course
Yeah.
once. Um, and then
Penny
yeah,
stocks, I
that
think.
one arm guy that I told you about, Brian, he's with 870 Trading. He was my teacher for a while, and I like the way he taught it. He taught me about price levels and all that stuff, and that's when I started doing much better.
Okay. So do you
Because
reckon
I traded penny stocks for a long time,
Me too,
right?
yeah. I traded penny stocks
Yeah,
for like 3 or 4 years. Only penny stocks.
yeah, yeah. And then that's what Warrior Trading was about. So that's why
Mm-hmm.
I bought that course for like I think $4,000. They ended up
Yeah.
getting sued, so I got like $200 back a little bit a few years later.
Do you
But
do you recommend them or anyone else?
penny stocks, I
No, just like the people you've learned from. Do you recommend any of them or any educators?
oh yeah. Yeah, so I mean, I think it's really good to learn from as many people as possible and and then just make your own style like we talked about earlier. Like just
Yeah.
looking at what everybody else is doing, getting, all their knowledge and then creating your own style. That's what I think is probably the best thing someone could do to be profitable in trading long term. I mean, right now the ICT method is all I hear about. So, I mean, I would recommend
It's
taking a look
true.
at that because I mean, fair value gaps and all that are pretty legit. And, playing reversals is a lot of what I do too. Um, but also, take a look at what you're doing, for example. Like take a look at how you're thinking and what you're trading. You make videos about it, right? I mean,
Yeah.
there's a bunch of people like who's that one guy that I really like that has been making videos? Ah,
It's not
shit, I
me?
don't remember what his name is. You too. I just said you, dude.
I'm
I said
joking,
you
yeah.
before this guy. Shit,
Is
what?
he
Oh, Siam Kid in crypto. Cause you know Siam Kid?
No.
No, he's in
I'm not
crypto,
in
so I mean
crypto.
it's a little bit of a different game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different game, but he's just good at explaining like what's going to happen in the near future, and he kind of
Hmm.
explains how the stock market wants to like take all your money basically. So like what can these stock prices do to make the most retail traders lose their money? And that's kind of how
Yeah.
I started thinking, you know what I mean? Like when something's happening, I'm like, okay, what's the thing that everyone is thinking is going to happen? And what if this happened? Would this make the most people lose their money? You know what I mean? And I would kind of, go with the route that's gonna fucking just bankrupt everybody else because I think that's what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? I truly think that they're out there to steal everybody's money. So I kind of like, ride the wave with them, and I try to play like psychology, you know what I mean? Like market psychology.
Yeah.
Because I mean, if you like, you know the statistics. 90% of people lose money. Why is that? Because the market wants to take your money. So chances are what you think is going to happen isn't going to happen because that's what everyone else is thinking. So do the opposite of what everyone else is thinking.
Yeah. That's ICT talks about that a lot. Like he says, maybe he's not. Maybe I'm mixing it up with some other ICT trader, where they say like, they're constantly asking themselves, how is the market going to like screw the most amount of retail traders? You know, and I try to do that
Yeah, yeah,
sometimes, and sometimes it's just hard for me. Like I think I'm just bad. I think
yeah.
that's why I'm a mechanical trader, is because I'm like I'm not, from my experience so far, like I'm not good at like intuitive or discretionary trading. Like I I'm like 50-50 at best, which I guess is, that's okay, but like it's hard for me to know like, is it going to go up? Is it going to go down? What would the average retail trader think,
You,
you know?
you can't know. Yeah, I mean, you won't know what everyone else is thinking unless you're in like Discord groups and stuff like that. And you kind of just like hear everyone like, "Oh, dude, it's gonna be on a bull run or something." You know what I mean?
True.
But like just looking at it, you'll never know. But you got to think about like what's the chance? What's the chance it's gonna skyrocket here? You know what I mean? You'll never know,
Hmm.
but just looking at the charts, you have enough experience that you've probably seen pretty much everything that's gonna happen in the markets, and everything that you've seen is basically just gonna go on repeat for forever. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for the
That's the way
next.
I look at it. I like,
That's true.
yeah, I mean, there's really not much new shit that happens in the market except on maybe news days. You know what I mean? Pretty much everything is a repeat of what happened, previous years. So, I mean, I think if you
That's true.
truly looked at a chart, you'd be like, okay, well this is probably what's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And I think you could take your trade based on that at some point.
So
And
I
I,
guess
I've
also.
seen I've seen I've seen your trades too. Like you hold even when you're like in deep profit, you just sit there and fucking hold and let it come right back against you. And then you're like, oh well. I seen that video. I was like, oh my God, this guy really doesn't give a fuck. Like, I don't know. Like, it seems
Yeah.
like you know what's gonna happen, but you just like kind of hope for the home run too, which isn't a bad thing. I do that too, but sometimes you just gotta take some money, dude.
Yeah, no, I've
Or
been
move your
told.
stop loss lower.
Yeah, I've been told to like take profits from a couple people. But I mean, again, it
Yeah.
just goes to being mechanical. Like I backtest a lot to figure out, which I know backtesting and like looking at history won't always like tell you about the future, but I mean, it's a good indicator, I
I
think.
think it will. I think it will help a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, so I go through, I do backtesting on the strategy to figure out like what's the average risk to reward, what's the average win rate, and then I use that to figure out, okay, is it going to be profitable or not, and then to determine like my stop losses and take profits. So I mean, I enter the trade, I set the stop loss, I set the take profits, and then either it stops me out or it hits the take profit, and then rarely I'll move it. Um, but once it hits the first take profit, I will move the stop loss to break even. That's like the minimum I'll do. But yeah, I mean, it does suck. It does suck
Savage, dude.
when it's like one tick away or a couple ticks away from take profit, or it barely stops you out and reverses. It's like you're right, but you didn't profit from it. That's the worst.
Yeah. That is the worst, dude. That is the absolute worst. I'm with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I
Um.
I hate putting in stop losses anyways. You know what I mean? Like like whenever I put like a stop loss in, like I'll put it like far, far away back from like what I really want my stop loss to be, just in case it does just missile randomly because I missed something. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But
Yeah.
besides that, I try to do only mental and mental take profits too, because those motherfuckers do look for your orders, dude. They'll see your order blocks and they'll you know what I mean? I mean, I
They
don't know if they really
they
care about our size, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
but people see that and they want to fuck you.
they do. They literally sell your that's how the retail most of the free brokers make money is they sell your orders to whoever. They basically sell your orders to whoever
You
so
think
they
so?
know like where you're where you're entering and they'll take the opposite because they know statistically 90% lose. So it's like, you know, pretty smart.
That's pretty funny. I've never heard of that. But I mean, there's
Yeah.
book maps and stuff. Like you could see where everyone's orders are. You know what I mean? But that's a funny concept that they're selling shitty traders information to real traders.
Yeah, they are.
Uh,
It's apparently um I spoke to a guy that was that owns a like a broker dealer company. So like uh yeah, apparently that's something they do. Like Robinhood. I mean, all of them are free now. So like they make their money by selling the pretty much our orders to other people to profit on off of it, which is messed up but also smart. Uh
I thought they make their profit on the spread because they keep a few cents off of each trade, right? Or a few dollars, whatever it is. You know what I mean? Like, let's say
um
NASDAQ is at 15,000 even, they'll get you in at, 15,025 cents. You know what I mean? And they'll keep that 25 cents per contract. You know what I mean?
I guess on
I was thinking that's how
market
these are.
orders maybe. Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm actually not too educated on this topic, so probably shouldn't be talking about it. But from what that guy told me,
I'm not that educated on it either.
yeah, yeah, what that guy told me, they like sell your orders, and the people literally take the opposite. Like whoever it is, the um, I don't know if it's hedge funds or just you know people with a lot of money. Um, you're a scalper, right?
I like to scalp and then I hold sometimes.
Because
Like
like
if I see a trend that's pretty obvious, I'll hold. Yeah, but I like scalping. Yeah.
on last or I guess this week when you made 60K, you said you made like I asked you, I was like, how what's your average amount of trades you'll take? I was expecting like, something less than 10. And you said like 100 or 150 or something like that.
No, no, like 50, like 50.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Okay. Like that still, though, that's a lot.
Yeah,
So,
well, so what I do, and I was on Top Step TV what yesterday or 2 days ago, and they
yeah.
were talking about my stats, and they said like out of 310 trades, I think they said 290 were winners. So I was like surprised. I was like
Hmm.
my win loss ratio was pretty fucking high, but my
Yeah.
daily win loss ratio was like I think
Yeah, yeah.
14, 18% or some shit. It's so
So you're
bad.
just
But I'm
entering
still one of I'm
you're just entering as it's going in your
so
favor.
okay, so this is what I do. So I'll enter a trade if I don't think that, you know, I have a very high chance of winning. Like if I don't know what the trend is gonna be, I'll fucking sell for, $500,000 profit. You know what I mean?
Five hundred
And then I'll
thousand
wait.
dollars?
If it's ranging,
Oh, 500,
yeah,
five
yeah.
hundred to 1,000. Okay. I was like,
500 to 1,000, yeah.
okay.
Yeah. I try to make at least 4 grand per trade,
Yeah.
um, or more. But if I'm getting all like sketched out and stuff like that, and like if it's choppy, I'm doing like the fastest trades possible because I I just yeah I play with like 10 15 lots usually, right? At the start of the day, I'll
A
start off
lot.
with like maybe 1 to 3 minis, yeah. But at the beginning of the day, I'll try to like ease into a 1 to 3 minis unless I'm really confident in a trade, so I can build up a little bit of a profit buffer. You know what I mean? But then I'm playing heavy, like at least 10 to 15. 15 is the max I can do on these funded accounts. So I do trade the max usually. Yeah. But with 15 contracts, a 3K stop loss, it happens in seconds, dude. Like seconds.
Yeah, yeah. Like a couple
Yeah.
ticks.
Yeah. Yeah, literally. Yeah. I think it's
Were
like
you always?
$75 a tick.
That's a lot. I trade with minis, and I usually trade with two, so it's I think $1.25 each a tick, so 250
Oh,
a tick.
micros?
Yeah, micros.
Those are
Yeah, not
micros.
minis. Yeah,
Micro
micros.
minis. Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you trading NASDAQ? NQ?
No, no, ES.
Oh, ES.
Yeah,
I
S&P
used to trade
500.
ES too. I think is it how much is it? How much is it per tick?
125 for micros.
$1.25.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay. And then full ones are $15 a tick, right? Or is it 50?
I
Because
believe
they move
it's
super slow, I remember.
I think it's 10 times the
God,
size. So it might be 12.50.
it is 10. So 12.50. Okay,
So
okay,
it's
yeah.
fifty
I don't know what the
dollars
fuck I'm talking
fifty
about. Yeah.
dollars a point, I think.
Yeah, yeah, okay. Okay, yeah, that's right. That's what I was thinking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, ES was fun when I was trading SPX, but then I tried trading it on futures. I just couldn't do it. Too slow, dude. I like those crazy fast moves, dude. Ones
Well,
that'll get my heart going, you know what I mean?
it makes sense coming from penny stocks. When you were
Yeah.
trading penny
Yeah,
stocks,
penny
were you
stocks
also
were a shit
scalping?
show. Um, yeah, for the most part. Um, like Blink was one that I held for a long time. You remember Blink? The charging
The charging
stations?
company? Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah, it
yeah.
went from like a dollar or $2 to like $48 or something. I held
So there
that
was
all the
a
way to like I think
handful.
$30 or something. Huh?
Dang. There's a handful of EV companies
Sorry,
that
what'd you
did
say?
that.
Yeah, yeah. Neo too. I was in all of those, dude. I love the EV surge, dude. That was awesome. That's when I made the most money in penny stocks.
Nice.
But
Yeah, I never held.
yeah,
I was always just day trading.
no. Yeah, see, okay, so I don't like holding, dude, because anything can happen overnight. And with day
Yeah.
trading, you make that money. That's your money. You know what I mean? While, you're up 5, 10 grand, whatever on a swing, something shitty happens over the weekend, you
Yeah.
check back when market opens, boom, you're negative like half your port or something. Like, what the you know what I mean? So yeah, day trading is all around so much better. But yeah, there you do take L's. That's the hard part, right? And a lot of people can't accept the L's and can't learn from them. So that's why 90% of day traders fail. And I think you should check this out, dude. Top Step is fucking sweet, dude. Like $150 a month, you could trade 15 minis, dude. Like,
I
and
don't
literally you
think
can
I
make
could handle
unlimited
that,
money, dude.
if I'm being honest. I think I'd have to start with
But you build up to it.
maybe one. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So when you pass the first combine, right? If you want a 150K account, you gotta make $9,000 profit in at least 2 days, or yeah, at least 2 days. So you gotta make $9,000 profit within a month, I believe. Or I don't even think there is a time limit, but you can't make $9,000 profit in one day and get the funded account. You know what I mean?
Oh,
It has to be more
2 day
than two
minimum.
days. You make
Okay.
$9,000 profit, yeah, and then they give you an express funded account, which is still a simulated environment, but you get to keep 50% of the profit you make, and they make you follow a scaling plan, right? So I believe it's, you can only trade 3 contracts till you hit $1,500 profit in the account. Then after that, you could trade like five up until 2,500. Then when you're above 4,500 profit in the account, then you could trade 15 contracts, right? And like I told you about earlier, when I had those two express funded accounts, I was only trading three contracts, and I made 60 grand in 2 days
Dang.
trading just three minis. You know what I
60
mean?
grand, so you took half of
So
that? Or that's how much?
yeah, yeah, they paid out 30 grand to me, and they put 30 grand in the live funded account.
That's nice.
And yeah, and that was, I had two of them, so I paid $150 each for both of them. So I spent $300, made 30K. You know what I mean? I think it's a no fucking brainer, dude.
Well, yeah. I've just never had like technically for the past 2 weeks I'm profitable, but like I'm profitable 2 weeks ago. I think I finished up like 10 or 15 points, which with two micros is uh 5 times 15, whatever that is. It's not that much money. And then last week I think I finished like up 5 points, so like $25. So like obviously if you scale that, that's times it by 10 or 100, that can be a lot of money, but I'm still not
That's money, dude. Yeah,
like
exactly.
it's just not consistent
Hey, but
yet
hold
to
on.
the
Okay, hold on.
point
So
where
I'm talking. Sorry. I'm talking about the 150K account. The 50K account is like $50.
oh
So you can
okay.
take your profits you made last week and actually buy this account. I don't know. I'm just saying I think it's awesome, especially since like you're doing well. It's just you don't have enough size to to actually make real money. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe you're happy with it, but you're also not gonna be able to feel those emotions. You know what I mean? Like like when you have 10 contracts, like your heart's beating a different type of way than if you have two minis. You know what I
No, yeah,
mean?
I wouldn't handle it.
Like your
I'm
heart's
telling you
like
right now.
you could if you do it enough times though. That's what I'm saying.
Yes, yes. But slowly, I'd have to build up to it. I don't. Yeah, I mean it is very attractive though, and I see why many traders do it. Uh, Again, like it works for you, so I'm not telling you what to do or what not to do or that you're doing the wrong thing. But I think for most traders, they have that short-term mindset and combine that with the fact that they can pay $50 today and potentially make a couple grand, from that. It's just like I feel like it's a deadly combination where they think they want to make $1,000 today, and by paying $50 or around $50, they can get access to making that much money. So they're essentially like gambling for most people. But I see what you say. Yeah, it's like a good. I think it is pretty legit.
Yeah, and I'm pretty sure like 99% of the people, no, with Top Step it's different, but with like Apex and stuff like that, they have a drawdown. I'm pretty sure like 95% of people just literally just run through combines nonstop and never actually get a payout. It's so hard with
Yeah,
Apex. Yeah, it's just so hard. But with Top Step, I think it's probably the same. That's just because most people don't know how to trade. Like in general, people just yeah, they're gambling.
they're just
People look at it
gambling.
like a casino. Yeah. And if you call it gambling, then it's gonna be gambling. You know what I mean? Like if you're thinking in your head like, oh my God, the stock market's like gambling, or while you were growing up, your parents were always like, oh yeah, the stock market's like a casino, da da da. Then you're gonna think
Hmm.
it's a casino, and you're gonna think it's gambling, and you're gonna treat it like that, and you'll never make money. You'll never be profitable, no matter if you're a funded trader or if you're playing with your own money. It'll just never happen. But if you're a quality trader that follows rules, does what he's supposed to do, then funded accounts are just a no-brainer for me because, I've lost $102,000 in a day, right, of my own money.
Hmm.
If that was in a funded account, I would have lost $150. You know what I mean? Not 100,000.
Yeah. No, that's a good point. Yeah. It
That's
avoids
that's the way
those
I like to
huge
think about it,
losses.
dude.
It avoids the huge losses, but at the end of the day, if you're someone that doesn't have rules, you're just gonna, you're consistently gonna be paying money and losing those accounts. But Yeah, I guess it is
Yeah, yeah,
a little bit safer. Is there
yeah.
anything
I think it's yeah.
is there anything you want to talk about specifically? Because I have like one more question.
Something that I want to talk about specifically. I really wanted to ask you. Um, what did I want to ask you? Shit, I was thinking about questions today, dude. But then I went to my aunt's and like it was like a whole thing, so kind of got a little stirred up. Um,
I didn't want to talk about too
Shit, I don't remember.
your traveling because like you on
Traveling.
uh,
Yeah.
aside from the last question, like do you just travel all the time and you fund it through your businesses and through trading?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much.
That's
Yeah.
pretty. I mean, that's like I
Yeah,
feel like that's a lot of young people's dream to like just have financial freedom and be able to travel and kind of do whatever they want.
yeah. Yeah, I mean, I set this goal like what, 8 years ago now? So it took me a long
Dang.
time to actually do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I set this goal. And trading is probably the best part about it because it makes the most money. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like my
60K
businesses,
in a
like
day.
they keep me safe. You know what I mean? Like I'm safe with them. But with trading, I have the money to do whatever the fuck I want. You know what I mean? Like when I want. Like I could go buy like literally anything I want right now, and it won't even do anything because I made all this money fucking out of clicking a mouse button a few
Yeah,
times a day.
literally.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah, it's crazy. Trading is crazy.
It really is, dude. It really is probably the most like, can you name anything else that can make you $100,000 in one day? Like, besides Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk and any other
Yeah,
like
building huge companies.
massive company owners, what else is gonna make you 100 G's in one day, dude? Like honestly, like nah,
Yeah, you'd have
there's
to
nothing.
scale something up, some business up, or some courses, whatever. It's just,
Even then, you're gonna get refunds. You're gonna get people complaining. You're gonna get this and boom, boom, boom. You know what I mean? But with trading, nope. Click, click, boom. Keep it, withdraw
click,
it,
click,
spend
one.
it.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah,
So
boom.
do you like have a home, or are you just traveling all the time until you decide to settle down?
I don't have a home right now. No, I'm just traveling all the time now. 1 second, I just gotta fix this thing really quick.
Yeah, I noticed your light turned off.
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
Okay,
battery
well,
died. Now, right now, I'm pretty much homeless. So I actually wasn't planning on traveling for this long. I sort of had an idea that I was gonna go travel for a while, but I still had my girlfriend, I still had my lease, I still had my car and everything back home. And then when I broke up with
oh,
my girlfriend, I had booked a trip to Dubai, right, for 2 weeks, and it had like a return flight home and everything. And and then
never
we got back
returned.
together, so I was like, okay, yeah. And then it had a return flight home, so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna go to Dubai for 2 weeks. I'm gonna go live with my girlfriend because my lease is ending, right? So I ended up moving all my stuff out of my apartment, and then me and my girlfriend broke up. So I was like, you know what, fuck it. I'm just gonna go to Dubai, and then I'm gonna figure it out from there. And I gave my sister my car, and after Dubai, I went to Bali. Right, this is when I started my solo journey because I was with my friend in Dubai,
Oh,
and not even a week into Bali, my family member crashes my car into the house and totals it. My Tesla Model S, dude, just pieces, dude. Just done for. So at that point, I was just like, you know what? Like, I have nothing left back home. Like, I have no apartment, I have no girlfriend, I have no car. I literally have nothing. I'm just gonna go around the world and see what I can do. And that's when I started that. Yeah.
that's cool. How many places um have you traveled to?
So far, it's been Dubai, Bali, Thailand, and now Poland. And I'm gonna be in Poland for probably another couple months, and then
Nice.
I really want to go to Africa, dude. I want some tigers and some lions to chase me in a in the safari, dude. That's what I really want. So I want to go by
You
Africa, maybe to Cape Town and stuff. I ended up meeting this one chick over here from South Africa, and she's like, "Yeah, you gotta go to Cape Town. You gotta check it out." So I'm gonna do that, and then I don't know, dude. I'm just gonna keep winging it wherever I think is cool. I'm gonna go to Croatia at some point too, because I hear there's beaches and mountains. And after being in Thailand, I had like this sick mountain view outside my balcony, and I fell in love with mountains.
yeah.
So I also like the beach. So I want to go to
Hmm.
Croatia, have the mountains and the beach at the same
Have
time, and maybe I'll just build a house there or something. I don't know.
That's crazy. That's a good combo. That brings up
I think it's cool.
another question I had though was that scalping and day trading is more for like people that are risky. And it sounds like that does fit your personality, right? Like you just said you want to get chased by tigers in a safari. And I mean you're traveling solo,
Yeah,
so it's like, you're kind of just it sounds like it fits your personality, right?
yeah. I do like a little bit of risk. Um,
Okay.
I
It's
definitely,
like
yeah, I'm definitely into it. Yeah, that's why I like trading
it's
15 lots too, because it gets your
yeah,
heart pumping. You
exactly.
know what I mean?
Because for me, like I'm not like day trading, like I'm more risk averse. Like I think swing trading would match my personality more. That's why I trade mechanically, is because I am very like organized, methodical. Um, I like to take my time, plan everything out, which I can still do that with mechanical trading, but like, I feel on a longer time frame, I could just see it, let it take its time, maybe a couple hours to get there, and then I enter, and then let it run for hours or days. But it's just I haven't put enough time into it to know for sure. But I can't find a strategy that works with swing trading, or at least that's better compared to day trading. Because it's like, why would I do if I'm gonna do the same thing in a longer time frame and get the same results? It's just gonna take longer to get those results. Whereas with day trading, I can get it one or two trades a day. With swing trading, it would be once a week, and it would be, it'd take longer. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
me.
Swing trading, and it's just super high risk, dude, because there's multiple news announcements in a week. So, you
I guess
know,
that's true.
unless like if unless you're like I can't even tolerate fucking news holding through news, dude. Like I can't do that because it's literally
It's
just a do
gambling
do do
essentially.
do do do
Yeah,
do
yeah.
crazy fast. It's gambling. Yeah, it's stupid. It's literally stupid. So I think that's like one reason swing trading doesn't work unless like you have a giant buffer.
Hmm.
With futures, I think it's like what $500 per contract per micro, and then times 10 or times I don't even know like what the overnight limit is, but it's crazy high from what I remember, right? Or am I making this up? Have you tried holding micros overnight?
No, I haven't, so I don't know.
So I think you need like I forget
There
like a
is,
few
yeah,
thousand dollars per contract.
yeah,
So
there is a different requirement for day trading and for overnight trading, but I never hold
yeah,
past, so I don't know.
yeah, exactly. So I mean like with yeah, just swing trading is just so high risk in my eyes, and people think day trading is high risk. But I
That's
think the
funny. Yeah,
complete
it's what.
opposite, unless you like, yeah, I think the complete opposite because, I'll get out of that trade. I don't care if, there's a nuke dropped somewhere. I'll be sitting on the sidelines while the swing traders will just get, destroyed, unless they went short.
True. Okay, well, I guess my last question is like, what has made the biggest impact on your trading? Beneficial impact.
The biggest beneficial impact. Um, Really just trading price levels, dude. Like when I really started focusing on price levels and being patient, I would practice patience. I literally like sit there, like that day that I made 60 grand, I sat there for 10 minutes, 15 minutes in front of my computer. I had my charts open. I looked. I was like, okay, I kind of see a trade right now, but I'm not going to do it. So I just sat there like this, boom, closed my eyes, 10 to 15 minutes. And then when I got out of it, it was market open, right? I was just like analyzing, watching price levels, and that's when I started making my trades with a clear mind. You know what I mean? And being patient. Like I sat there for I think 15, 20 minutes after market open, just thinking about what could happen and jotting down my price levels and just following those and having a little bit of patience, you know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because patience pays. So
Bar.
just focusing on those two things has made a dramatic difference in my profitability and my fucking amount of losses, dude. Massive difference.
Yeah, no, that's probably my biggest strength is to, just have patience and be disciplined, which is why I think I go towards mechanical trading. Um, who knows? I mean, I might try to do more discretionary in the future. I kind of tried it the past couple of weeks and it like didn't really it wasn't that good. So yeah, we'll see where it goes from here.
I think I think if you had, higher ways to make profit, I think your style of trading would work very well because like you're playing the market the right way. Is just I think you're not making enough money to take profit. You know what I mean? Like like in that one video where I saw you enter the trade and it fucking drops down like you're like eating or whatever running around and it comes back and hits your stop loss. I think
Yeah.
that if you were in a trade with like at least 5 contracts and you came back, with your plate or whatever, and you looked, you're like, oh shit, I'm up 5 grand.
Take some
Boop. I think
profit.
you would have hit the sell button and you would have been very happy.
It's true. If I
You know what I
saw I was
mean?
up if I was up over $1,000, I would take it. But in the grand scheme of
This is
things, like
why
you
I think
said,
you need
it's
more size.
I don't know. Yeah, because I do. I think I'm too analytical. Like I think of it like it doesn't. This one trade doesn't matter. What matters is over the grand scheme. Like if I sell a little bit early this time, then that reduces my risk reward, and I know I need to hit this risk reward over time. For the strategy to work. But because I'm so mechanical, like I don't allow myself to, you know, make those adjustments. Uh,
But what if you were that mechanical and you kept making the same trades that are profitable, but you took home 2 grand a day? You know what I mean? Because you actually, your trade goes the right way. You just it doesn't hit like your mechanical profit target. You know what I mean? But if it's okay if it doesn't hit the profit target as long as you make profit, right? And if you had 5 contracts, dude, I just think you should give it a shot, dude. Whether
yeah,
it's with
I'll
your own money or through a funded trading program, because I think that'll make a dramatic difference in you, dude. Dramatic. And
because
then
I
once you
I
make enough
do
money, you'll come out to Poland. We'll hang out.
I do track like I track a lot of things in my back testing, and I do track like how far the drawdown, um, like the profit targets, and then I track how much profit I do make before it does stop me out. So I guess I could look into that and see if that would be beneficial. Because I haven't done that much really. I tried with when I was
I'd give it a
because
shot.
I had the same issue in penny stocks. So I tried for a little bit, like moving this profit target lower or like taking profits quickly. Because often I would enter, it would go my way 10, 15%. It wouldn't hit that 20%, which was my first profit target, and then it reversed. And I was just consistently missing out on 10, 15%. But yeah, uh, I guess you'll see it next week on my videos what happens. You'll have to stay tuned.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know what's funny though? Like we talk about like not taking 10% profit, right? because it's just like not enough. We want 15, 20, 30, 50, 100% profit. But what's really funny is people will hold a position for an entire year for 8% profit. And we won't
Yeah,
even take that in a day, dude, because it's not good enough.
yeah.
Shit, I think it's so funny.
It's day traders for you. Day traders versus
Yeah,
long-term old people investors.
we're some greedy motherfuckers, dude.
That's why
But
we
yeah, I
chose it.
mean, I think the way you get I think a great way for you to look at it, since like you're having trouble being consistently profitable, is move down your profit size like to 10% or 5%, but add more size, dude. And then see scalping 10%, fucking 3 times a day, 2 times a day, how much money you make, dude. Instead of one trade for 20, 30, 40%. Seriously.
Mm.
I think that's a
You get.
badass way to make money, dude.
I guess I could. Yeah. Are all of those funded accounts monthly? I thought there were some funded accounts that were like a one-time payment.
So so there are one-time payments, but they have drawdowns, which will fuck you, dude. Like I've never well, okay, I passed a few of them, but I was never like able to withdraw money on them because you know what a drawdown is? So let's say you're in 5 contracts, right? Your drawdown is, I don't know, $1,200, right? Or no, $2,500, right? If your trade goes
Okay.
up $2,000 and you don't sell, and then it goes down to minus 500, right? So you're only losing $500 on the trade now, but you were up
Uh,
$2,000. They shut down your account and you lose your money.
dang.
Bullshit, dude. Bullshit.
Okay.
Top Step is the only one that doesn't do that. They just have a daily loss limit and then a max loss. While every other one has a drawdown, and those are just Ponzi schemes, I think, because they'll just fuck you left and right. So I only recommend Top Step. That's just because that's the only one that I've actually made money from. The rest I've become a funded trader. You know what I mean? Like performance account, which is paper trading, but you can make money on it, like real money. Never got a payout ever because the
Dang.
drawdown is just bullshit. But I guess if you get past the drawdown, then it's okay. But they also don't give you like a stop loss or a daily loss limit or anything like that. Um,
Because I was just
but I don't
thinking.
know. I guess it's up to you.
Yeah, I was just thinking if there was one I could just spend $100 on and try it. Try my normal strategy on this account and do it that way on this account. It might be cool to test, but we'll see.
So if you look at my bio on Instagram, I think I can give you a free 50K account. Um, so I think you could trade 5 contracts maximum, and it's free up until you get funded, right? If you
Payout
if
or
you hit the
something.
profit target within 2 days, huh?
Yeah, that makes sense
So
until you
yeah, so
get funded.
once you get funded in the Express account, you have to pay $150, and then there's no monthly fee. And then when you get to the live funded account, like I am, I think it's $116 for data.
100. Okay. I didn't know they gave
Yeah.
free uh accounts. I might do that then.
Yeah. Yeah,
Cool.
so actually someone tried using it and it wasn't working, so I emailed them about it, but let me know if it works for you, because if not, then my friend has a code for a free 50K. I don't know why mine's not working. I just got in their affiliate thing, so I don't know. But regardless,
Okay.
just let me know if it works or not, and then if it doesn't, then my friend's got the code. But yeah, I
Awesome.
think I think funded trading is the best because you could practice with a shitload of size without fucking, you know,
Actually
risking all your own
risking.
money. You know what I mean? Yeah. and it still makes your heart pound because even though it's not your money, it's like what I mean, you take it super serious. Unlike with paper trading, you know what I mean. With paper trading,
Hmm.
nobody gives a fuck, or at least I didn't, and that's why I lost so much money
Yeah,
over the
it's
past
hard
few
to.
years. Yeah, yeah. But with funded
Awesome. Well,
accounts, you actually give a shit because there's profit potential, right?
hmm, yeah. Um, well, I appreciate you giving me that. Um, I think I'm gonna do it. I mean, I don't have much to lose, but I appreciate that. And
There's no
then,
reason not to, dude.
and then I appreciate you just coming on
It,
the podcast. I mean, you're making a lot of money and you gave a lot of insight. Um, so I thought it was a pretty good conversation.
I think so too, dude. Thanks for having me. This was a lot of fun, dude. I love talking about stocks, dude. I love looking at charts, so yeah, I'm always down, dude.
You should start. I mean, we talked about it a little
Maybe,
bit that you should start making more videos because you made some that were pretty. It was like good. It was genuinely like funny and like entertaining. So like if you can do that, maybe not even in trading, but in or out of trading, I think it would do well.
yeah, yeah. I need to get back into it. It's just everything takes time, right? And content
Yeah.
creation takes so much time, dude.
Yeah.
So it is annoying, but I am starting to record trading days. And as soon as I
Nice.
get out of here and I go to Krakow to my own place, it's gonna be a lot easier because I won't have like old people like yelling at me in Polish and stuff while I'm recording and stuff like that.
Co ty kurwa
So I
robisz?
mean, yeah. No, naprawdę. Co babcia, co kurwa chcesz? No, yeah. I mean, I don't
Yeah,
know. I don't know if I uploaded. No, yeah. I think you could see my babcia and my sister in the background in some of my videos, and I think it's kind of embarrassing, but I also think it's kind of funny, so I posted anyways.
yeah, it's funny. Okay,
Yeah,
well, isn't it nighttime there?
yeah, but cool, dude.
Sh-
Yeah, it's almost 10:30 p.m. Yeah. So, dude, fucking let me know how this funded thing goes, dude. Because honestly, I think that's like the secret sauce for you. Because I think there's certain people that should be funded traders and certain people that shouldn't be, and I think you might actually do very well. I might be wrong, but yeah, I don't know. I'm just
Might
hoping
be
that you
completely
actually
wrong.
fucking make a shitload of money. You never know. But I am counting on you making some money trading, so we can meet up in Poland at some point.
That'd be awesome. All right, well, good night. Dobranoc, and have a good next week. Have a you can. I hope you'll get your first three-figure. Am I saying that right? Not three-figure, six-figure
Six
day.
figure.
NY. Yeah. Six-figure.
Yeah. I'm hoping for that too, my boy. All right, dobranoc, Eric. Have a good one, man.